Hi, seniors. Miss Crum here. I'm here to share a couple of things with you about High School and Beyond Plan and career cruising. So, you all should know now that High School and Beyond Plan is a graduation requirement and it is done in career cruising. And hopefully, your homeroom teacher is helping you navigate this process. Some updated information that we have one is the High School and Beyond plan through career cruising is going to be due on April 30th of 2021. So we have quite a bit of time to work on this. If you really sit down and go through this, though, you should have this done in no more than an hour. It shouldn't take you more than an hour to get your High School and Beyond plan finished. So it's something that's very, very easy to do. I would highly encourage that you maybe finish it up in the next week or so, or plan to work on it during winter break. That's just one less thing that you're going to need to worry about. The other thing that we're going to be talking about very soon is community service. If you have any questions about your community service hours, please email Ivory Rhodes. He's in charge of the community service hours, but in an upcoming advisory or homeroom, we will talk more about the community service hours. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started with this piece. So once you have logged into career cruising, your homeroom teacher hopefully showed you that this is your home page, and everything that you need to do is down here in the incomplete taskbar. And all of you are going to be in various parts of the incomplete. Some of you might even be finished now, and that is great. The farthest percentage that you can get to is 93%. All right. When you reach that 93% mark, the rest, the other 7%, is down here on this annual review. And this is going to be myself and a couple other teachers will be signing off on seniors' little portfolios here. And so once this is signed off by one of these four teachers, then it will reflect 100%. All right. So just when you get to that 93% mark, just hang out. You are good to go. And then the rest will be taken care of by one of the evaluators. So what we really need to do is make sure that students understand how to complete the various tasks that are being asked of them. I would definitely say if you show these bottom four, the extracurricular activities, the hobbies and interests, the skills and abilities, and the awards and certificates, if you have not done these four things right here, please do these right now. These are the four easiest entries, and this will automatically raise your completed taskbar probably all the way up to about 46%. So these are really, really simple. And so what you're going to do is when you click on them, it brings you directly to the area. And so now we can just enter our extracurricular activities. And so there's a little chart that we have to fill out here. So we can select a category. And so maybe I like arts and crafts, and I like photography, or maybe I like recreation and outdoors, and I go backpacking and hiking. Okay. It does require a start and end date. Just do the best that you can when you're putting this in. It doesn't have to be exact. I mean, you might have been doing this since you were 2 years old. Uh, and so just like I said, do the best that you can. And so maybe I enter that. Anything that has a star next to it is a requirement. So I don't have to put in a description. I don't have to attach anything. You can if you want to, but it's not required. And so you click save, and maybe you notice that this percentage just got a little bit higher because I entered this activity. Now you are only required to enter one extracurricular activity. I highly encourage, if you have a couple of things that you are really proud of, go ahead and add another one. You can have 50 things here if you wanted. It's totally up to you, but you do have to have a minimum of one. Then you can just go right over here and you can click on hobbies and interests. That's another area that you have to enter. And so you can put in a hobby. Maybe you like arts and crafts and you like painting, and you don't have to put in a description or attach a file, and then you just click save. And now we're done, and we are now up to 29%. Again, you can enter more than one. So we can put in our skills and abilities. This is one of those areas, if you put in more skills and abilities, this will actually transfer over into your resume. And a resume is required of you. And there's this thing called Build a Resume up here that can help you create a resume. Anything that you put here in the skills and abilities section will automatically drop it into a resume. So I always encourage students to put in several skills and abilities because it adds it to it adds it to your resume. So you can put in that, and maybe you have some computer skills, and so Adobe, and so you put in that, and maybe you have another computer skill, and Microsoft Office. Perfect. Okay, so you can put in a few of those skills. And then, like I said, if you go over here to build my resume, this will help you build a resume if you don't know how to do a resume. All right, then we can go in and we can add our awards and certificates. Now, hopefully by now, since you are a senior, you have some kind of certificate, certification. Maybe it's your food handler's permit. Maybe you got student of the month or an Eagle flight ticket. I mean, it really, really doesn't matter. And you can see I've entered Eagle flight ticket in before because it automatically wanted to put that in. And then just do a guesstimate. You don't have to be exact of when you may have received the award or certificate. It could even be training, like I said, like a food handler's permit or, those kinds of things. And then you just click save, and now we're up to 43%. Okay, so those are the easiest ones to work on, and so those are the ones that we really, really want students to get taken care of. The other one that is really easy to do, but can be fairly confusing, and we get lots and lots of questions about this. This one right here under career planning activities, it says minimum 3. It requires you put information in for all 3 of these bullet points. So you must put in these 3 bullet points. And the number one complaint that we get is it's not advancing me in my little taskbar, but I've put in 3 things. And I always say, did you make sure that you put in these exact 3 items? Okay. Now, here's the deal. Right now, we have a group of students that have taken or practiced the SAT. But we also have a group of students, because of COVID, that have never taken the SAT or the ACT. Okay. And we are getting the district to turn this off so that this is no longer there. Okay. And they haven't done that yet. So you can just go ahead and do this first bullet point and the last bullet point. And even if you haven't done community service yet, you can leave this bullet point blank for now and maybe just put in that you have a resume. I would say this one takes the most amount of time for students to do. Okay. Saved careers. My Saved Careers has you looking at various types of careers. The easiest place to get this information and to get this checked off is not necessarily going through this career selector thing. It's like a little survey, and you just advance. It has you answer all these questions. Really, the easiest thing that you can do to check this off as a requirement is to go into your assessments tab and go to one of your assessments. I suggest students take an assessment every single year so that they can see their results changing. But now that you're 12th grade, you may only have one assessment here. So go ahead and click on your assessment, and then you'll see a list of all of your careers pop up, okay? When you click on any of these careers, it will give you a whole bunch of information about that career. You can look at the job description, working conditions, what kind of education do you need to have for that particular career, related careers, that sort of thing. What you need to do is you need to save it to my plan. So you're going to click on this. It should turn yellow, and then you're good to go. All right, so that one's yellow. And let me go back. Let's say I want to look at museum technician, and that sounds interesting. And so I save that to my plan, and I go back, and I like, maybe I want to do sport psychology, and I save that to my plan. Okay, now I'm 50% done. And so you should see my saved careers minimum 3 is now completed. Okay, that's another area that students typically get a little frustrated with because they're not exactly sure where to go and what to do for that. Okay, so that is all we have time for today. Take a look at your career cruising. Check some stuff off in your incomplete taskbar here. All right, when you click on these, it takes you right to the spot that you need to be. So it's pretty self-explanatory, and you should be able to work at your own pace to get this checked off. All right, have a great week.